Good morning. Welcome to Spectral. My name is Mariah Lamore. I have figured out that, holy buckets, with my headphones on, I can't hear myself, and I also can still hear the highway, so pardon the highway. Today my cat got me up at 6 o'clock, and that's fine. It's not fine. When I'm out, like, camping and stuff, I love to get up at 6:30. Like, this is actually the prime time to be awake in the fall, or even, in the summer. In the summer, like, 5 a.m. is actually the right time to be awake, but I certainly do not want to be alive at 5 a.m. because I also tend to stay up fairly late, so I don't want to just not sleep ever. So anyway, that was a tangent. Here's the deal. I see the world differently from most people. That's my strength. That's what I've got. My eyes are always active. It was a hobby of mine when I was a kid to watch people and pick out their best feature, what I thought was their most attractive, most interesting, most unique feature. It was always positive. It was always fairly romantic, in the way that I was idealizing the world, right? I was making good of it and noticing things is something I do constantly that other people don't. Alright, what the fuck do I do with this? It takes up my energy, it's what I'm doing all the time. I need some way to make that inclination a support system financially for myself. I've been trying to start businesses. I haven't been working. I have been working slightly, but I feel I need to start saying that. Okay, I have been working. I've been doing contract sewing. It doesn't pay a lot. A lot of it I've passed on to my mom, so she's getting paid for most of it. But I still have to have that in my brain, and I still have to take time out of my week or whatever to do that sewing. It's definitely work. It's not full time. It's not like I don't have to go somewhere specific and do it, and I can kind of like regulate that myself if I need to, but like, it is work. It is work, and I am working, and even if I don't have a lot to show for it, that's what's happening, and I need to remember that, and I need to internalize that. And I've been wanting to stop doing that work because it is work. It is effort that I don't feel like I can actually do consistently, and that realization is just horrifying. It is just, it's not good. I have industrial sewing machines. I have a loan outstanding on those machines, and should I have gotten those? I still don't know. I feel like it's been useful, and it has worked, and it was kind of a like natural upgrade from I do a lot of craft stuff and generally default to sewing because I want to wear things that are like the things touching my body. I want them to be fairly customized and interesting and stuff, and that makes a lot of sense now. And I was very big into costumes, and I still love costumes. But here is the thing. I don't think that is the thing that I can offer. I've been feeling like what I need to do is sew as an artist rather than a manufacturer. Duh, right? But no, because I've been trying to like make money, and I charge like an artist does. I price my things like an artist does for their time and their expertise and their like vision or whatever. But that's not how you get people to buy a lot of the thing, and also I don't want to make a lot of the thing. Like, that is more work. Then I have to start factoring in, like, do I hire people to do, like, I don't have that money yet. There's just like 1,000 more things to keep track of, and I can't really do that, and I don't have the resources for that in so many different ways. So that's something that I have to keep in mind. I can still make garments. I can still have those for sale, but it definitely needs to be more of an artist thing of like, I have made this design and it has these qualities and this quality, this handcraftedness, this consideration of function and form and all the, you know, I think a lot about these things that I make, and I would not put them out into the world unless I thought they were very, very worthwhile. And so, like, I can still do that, right? But that's not going to be my main source of income. That can't be my main source of income because I just do not have the capacity. I could try to force myself eventually to do that more, but I know that's going to be a years-long process. I know that's not going to happen in a month. Boy, I need to work on a lot of things in order for that to be anything. So that's scary that I've been putting a lot of my like brain attention into trying to figure that out, and it kind of hasn't been going anywhere, and I've been freaking out a little bit, and so that's why I started Spectral, because I was freaking out and I needed to process things, and here we are processing things. And that's kind of the crux of the issue, is that I process differently than most people, right? And I need to do something with that, because that is the thing that comes naturally to me, is just intaking my surroundings. And so what I'm thinking of now, I don't want to completely throw my other projects to the side. Like, the desire to do those things is still there. It just needs to be, it needs to be the secondary thing, and it needs to be a creative outlet rather than a total source of income. So what I'm thinking about doing is I'm going to have to go the digital products route. Absolutely, because that's the sort of thing where I can do the research and I can do the work and I can do it once, and then I have a product. Kind of like writing a book is a bad example, because writing a book takes a whole ton of effort, but hear me out. You write the book the one time, and then you sell thousands of copies if you're lucky, and you get that income from having done the work once. And that's kind of what I need to focus on, is a craft-based business. Every time someone orders something, I have to do the work again. And I don't have that much energy. Like, I want to say I don't have that much time. It's true, because I cannot prioritize that, because I don't have the energy, I don't have the drive. That's not something that really propels me forward. And so I need to do something that I can do once and do very, very well, and that will kind of be able to trickle in and support me that way. Now that I understand that, it feels really obvious and I feel really dumb, but we're gonna try to shake that feeling, okay? Because that is not helpful. It's definitely a valid feeling, right? It's good to know, that is a feeling, and it's good to know that that is a normal reaction. But also, I'm going to try to let more of that go because I get very cynical about things, and I get very stressed out and very bitter, and I don't want to be bitter, and I'm not a bitter person really at heart. That's just kind of how things come out because I'm constantly a little bit upset. So what I'm doing, I was gonna tell you what I was gonna try to offer, and then just flew out the window. Goodbye, brain. Sorry about all my sniffles. It's ragweed season, and there is ragweed in my yard, and I have not dealt with that yet. So that's a thing. Now I'm thinking about ragweed. Offerings. Things that I'm good at. Things that I can do. Have you ever noticed the way, you can kind of see behind me here, that sometimes the sun just literally like cuts a thing in half, and one half is yellow and the other half is, in the instance of trees, green. And how cool does that look? That looks amazing. It looks like they are glowing, and it makes them look like they have some more fall color, which is fantastic at this time of year. And boy, like, pine needles just glitter, and I love it. So it's that kind of stuff that I need to focus on, and that kind of stuff that I need to share. Our grass is really long, and each blade of grass has a little shiny round dewdrop on it, and they look like silver white, and the grass is very, like, it's like fur, it's like fluffy, it's fringy, and every one of those fringes has like a little sparkle to it, and that's also fantastic. And so I want to figure out how to key people into that. I would like people to see and comprehend and internalize and be able to be aware of all of the magic in the world. We have so many shit things going on. The life of a millennial is bananas, okay? And we're all so fucking jaded because bad things keep happening, and we keep being like apprised of those things, and we can forget that just existing is pretty fucking magnificent. Right? Like, there are so many sounds, and there are so many things to see, and they're like, instead of honing in on the ones that are freaking us the fuck out, I'm gonna swear a lot now because I'm riled. We should be able to like sit and look at the ones that are beautiful and realize that there are so goddamn many of them. There's a bird flying by, and it looks so fluttery, and it's just like a little shadow against the sky, and it's so good. That stuff. You know? Be in that space. There are sounds that I love to have constantly going. And if I can hone in on those ones, the sound of the highway becomes less disturbing because I'm not focused on it as much. So that's kind of where I'm at. Let me know in the comments. Please, God. Side note, I'm not actually religious, but the cultural vocabulary is there, and it has expressive meaning. I also love words a whole ding-dang bunch, and I could expound upon, like, I love to research the etymology of words, the history, the root, the substance of words. It's like the psychology of words. I've had difficult times explaining stuff and understanding things that people are saying because I don't always know the social connotations of words. So I dive really deep into the definitions and the history of words so that I can kind of figure out for myself, I can kind of make those connections and see like what people meant. And I also went to school for like publishing and editing, and so I have this desire, and creative writing, so I have this desire to craft language around those histories of language and use the cherry on top words to just make sure that meaning is objectively beautiful. As researched, just perfect, right? Not perfect, but like very satisfying. Okay, so we have visual observation. We have the written structuring of meaning. A lot of this has to do with meaning and comprehension, right? Existing. Speaking is hard. So, let me know in the comments, is where I had been going before this. God, autistic traits are very similar to ADHD, and I don't have full-on ADHD, I'm pretty gosh dang sure, but boy, that like don't listen to me. Autism, ADHD, similarities, even when you cannot be diagnosed full-blown with one or the other. Just shut up. So, I'm like excited, but I don't know what I'm asking. In the comments, get down in there and tell me what, if any, questions you have about perspective, noticing detail. That's kind of like a job thing, is like detail oriented is such a like keyword, but like what the fuck does that mean, right? And like for artistic endeavors, this is why I have so many craft interests that you don't know about, because I haven't told you anything. Gosh dang. I do very, very many crafts, and it is because I take in these very basic elements of perception and I try to use them to make products, because that is the capitalist way. You must have something to show for your observations. So, lessons in perception would be great for things like photography, for illustration, for painting, for whatever. Like reverse Bob Ross. Take the picture and dissect it and enjoy it whilst you're doing this thing. And this is a creative writing exercise too, where you sit in a place and you observe it and you use your senses intentionally to pick up on things that are around so that you can write more descriptive prose, more descriptive descriptions of the thing that you're writing about, whatever that is. So, just like noticing the world is something that I could feasibly teach y'all. Is something that I have to offer. So, what do you do? Do you need help parsing details from the background? And I'm not just saying, like, neurodivergent folks, like, if anything, this is more for the neurotypical population of, like, the heightened senses have so much to offer you. It's like, I was asking questions, and then I didn't. What do you do? What is your specialty? What do you like to do? What, like, this could be a meditative experience. This could be very relaxing, very uplifting, just like general, like, noticing positive things in the world, being grateful for stuff that's like common self-help stuff. Like, what out of this sounds intriguing to you? What do you do? What would you do with this information? And I can use that to kind of frame how I present things in the future. Excuse me. I have some illustration experience, mostly manual, not so much digital, but we can fix that. And I might offer like PDF resources or workbook exercises, or yeah, basically that, like homework assignments, like activity books of like, go out to this type of place and write down 10 things that you notice, and then pick one of those things and write down 10 more things about what you notice about that thing. For example, if you just like look out, if I look out into the space ahead of me, 10 things, let's do like 3, because that's gonna be a long example if I do 10. Dandelions, grass, tree. Fantastic. 3 more things that you notice about one of these things. So let's pick dandelions. 3 things you notice about the dandelions. There aren't actually any flowers on the dandelions currently. They're just leaves. The leaves are the same color as the grass. They're not yellower, they're not bluer. They're pretty well matched. It just kind of makes a landscape, just like a texture in the ground. The ground cover is one like cohesive collection of shades and texture. The leaves are round at the top, and they look kind of chewed up and spiky as they go down to the base. That's 3 more things that you notice about something, instead of just saying, it's a dandelion. So that sort of exercise and that sort of thing. Like, how many colors do you see? Perhaps someone would say brown, green, black, blue, trees, grass, road, sky. That's not true. The tree itself, chocolatey brown, kind of a rust orange color, like a dark, medium gray, not too warm, not too cool. Syrupy is the word I want to use, but not quite. It's a soft gray, and then there's like a very pale orangey yellow. It's got a lot of like, it's basically if you use like a white paint base and you mixed a wee little bit of yellow and a little bit of gray, basically just a smidge of black in there, and you squish it all up. And there's like really, really dark shadows. So brown is not brown, okay? Don't generalize things. And then I can also dig into how we can use this to better understand like people and differences between people, and that you can't just say, I don't know what example to use that isn't gonna be racist. God. You can't just say white people, okay? Because we're not white, okay? Like, I'm kind of pink. Got like peachy features, and my face is very round, and I'm blonde, but like a different kind of blonde than other, like, there's so many things to notice about one individual person that you can't just like categorize them into chunk, okay? That's called stereotyping, and stereotyping is nothing. Tree is not brown, tree is very colorful and beautiful. Human is not base skin color, human is full spectrum of colors and other features that also play into their lives and their appearances and their personalities and all this sort of thing. So like, let's not generalize, let's actually look with our eyeballs and see and comprehend that the world is amazing and wild, and there's so much going on. So that's what I have to give to you, is kind of let's hone in on some of that and let's appreciate it. The sun is directly in my face. I was trying to move around earlier so that you could actually see me, and now the sun is just like here. So that's my chaotic video for this week. I hope going forward that you have in the past appreciated watching this and have enjoyed watching this and got something out of it, and I will develop those ideas a little bit more, and I will try to offer some things to you, and I'm excited about it actually, so that's pretty cool. Much love. See y'all later.